I know there's 257 of them, but screw it. I'll ask you anyways. I leave you on this Monday. The one guy that you're like, perfect pick, perfect fit, kid's going to just crush it. Could be anybody that we just described. Could be obvious. Could be top 5. Doesn't matter. Which one do you?
Yeah, I'm going to give you 2 because I can never give one. The 2 first-round tight ends. You know, I got an argument yesterday with a buddy of mine who's a Bears fan, and he's like, why didn't we take Tyler Warren? I said, listen, they're both awesome players. Loveland actually fits a little bit of what Ben Johnson wants to do more out of their tight ends in Chicago than Warren. Doesn't make him a lesser player. You want a one-on-one guy. Anybody who watched the tape of these guys saw Loveland was a little bit more of a one-on-one guy in Michigan. You got to be able to block at the point. Loveland did that a little bit more. And I think Tyler Warren's going to have just as much of an impact. He reminds me of Trey McBride out of the Cardinals. Just get him in shrunk down formations, find ways to get him the football. He's going to be a massive yards after the catch guy. I think there's going to be a little bit of a benefit with the creativity from Caleb on broken plays. And so you talk about 2 tight ends that I think went to perfect places and should have immediate big time impact for their offenses. It's those guys.
What about the Raiders and Jeanty? I mean, Jeanty was saying that Marshawn Lynch was a guy who was kind of whispering in his ear this entire time, and Pete Carroll's the one who drafts him. What do you think?
Raiders fans are upset with me. I really like Jeanty. I'm not going to, like Jeanty's a really, really nice player. The Raiders last year averaged 3.4 yards per carry. That's the worst for an NFL team since 1996. I think it was like 1.9 yards before contact, which was the worst in the NFL. So while the run game was bad in general, and they had a multitude of backs carry the ball, it wasn't just the back. And I understand it's a new regime and all that, but I do believe in building your front before you get that final piece. While the running back usage and, obviously the impact has rightfully so come back to the NFL, it still is about the line of scrimmage. And I just hope that the Raiders really form an offensive line that is worthy of capitalizing on that back's talent rather than sitting there going, okay, we're going to hand it off to the back and we'll figure it out as we go type of thing. So I do like what they did. I wish their offensive line was a little bit better because then I thought it could be a special connection.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.